changing my oil, changing my transmission fluid, my 2006 Jetta TDI. Let's go over to the car. We're at the car. Gonna take off our oil cap. Got the car jacked up. We got one jack stand. Took off my skid plate. Take off your oil filter. I think this is a 32 millimeter. I don't remember, but I got this socket from Walmart. It's the oil filter can right here. Got the new filter. New O-ring. Took the old filter out. Put the new O-ring on the cap. If you're having a hard time getting that O-ring on your filter cap, there's a break in the threads just above my thumb. Put a screwdriver in there and you're able to get it over the threads back into its proper spot. We'll snap the new filter in. Put it on. Underneath the car. Open up our oil fill, or our drain plug. Glub, 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 glub. After that's strained out, put our oil plug back in. We're going to leave our skid plate off because we got to do our transmission yet. But we're going to give it 5 quarts of the good stuff. I just do this to save money, but I buy 2 gallons and then I'll just look at the site mark, fill this empty one up to 1, and then put in my last quart. Well, last half quart. Full capacity is 4.5 quarts. Okay, fill it back up with 4.5 of Rotella T6. Put our oil cap back on. Let's go to the transmission. There's different ways to do this. I'm doing it the easy way. I was watching videos, it just made me confused watching those guys. This is the transmission drain plug right here. It takes an M14 Allen. Gonna take this out. And you pull that out, take the head off. I don't know if this is magnetic tip or not, but we'll see if there's any friction material underneath there. Since we got that 14 millimeter plug out, now we're going to take an 8 millimeter. Stick it up there. There's going to be a plastic pipe thing. It's just like a oh shit. It's just like a level. It sticks up into the tank so far that once you fill it up, if the complicated way, it'll just spill over and drain out the excess fluid. Well, I'm going to measure how much fluid comes out of my car. And then just fill it up with the exact same amount. So we'll finish taking this all the way out. There it is. Let that drain, and then we'll measure what we have in this plastic tote. While that's draining out, I'll show you this funnel I bought. It's got an on-off switch at the bottom to twist to drain, twist to stop. We're going to use that to measure how much dirty fluid is in that plastic tub. Here's our filter and O-ring. We're filling it with liquid moly dual clutch gear oil, 8100. It's the same thing as OEM comes in the car from the factory. Gonna put this back in. I know that the purists will say the car needs to be level, and that could be the case. But in my mind, if there's 8 ounces of transmission fluid left in that, because I've got my front jacked up and the bottom's not, that's okay with me. If 90% of my fluid is new, I'm happy with that. Okay, put this in. Probably torque spec, don't care. So since I'm done under the car, I need to take some things off up here. I need to remove the battery tray, and then I'll have access to my transmission filter where I'm going to fill it through the filter hole. I'm going to put my skid plate back on, and then after I get my skid plate back on, we will start moving stuff up there. Skid plate's on. Let's take this battery out. Now that the battery's out, we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's my transmission filter. Filter is a 24. I don't know if it was me or the past owner, but I found a found an Allen wrench. What we got? 6. I think that's for timing belt, isn't it? Okay. New filter and O-ring put on. Let's look at this old one, see what's going on. Looks like a filter to me. I don't know. I don't see any metal. It makes me feel better. It's got a Wix filter in it. I doubt that's from the factory, so someone before me did change the transmission fluid, so that's a good sign. So that's our fill hole. This is going to take a long time. I was aware of that. It's a lot simpler than the way of the manual. I tried reading that and making sense of it. It just confused me. There's a couple videos of guys doing it online, and then everyone in the comments is saying they're doing it wrong. I'm going to do it this way. I've got the old stuff out. Let's measure it with our funnel, and then I've got the new stuff inside in front of a heater. Make sure it's really thin, it's not cold and thick. It's going to be hard for me to film this, doing this by myself, but I'm going to pour the old fluid into this funnel with the valve closed, measure it, write it down, repeat, and I just want to know how much came out of my car, so when I put the new stuff in, it's the same amount. I'm going to try to film it for you. Let's see how it works. Bucket's a little too tall. First pour, a 700. Give her a twist and it should all come out. Another 700. Here's my total. Add that up. Blah, 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 blah. Took out 4,400 milliliters. Do some Googling and come back with some new fluid and we'll start filling it up. So each one of these bottles is 1 liter. I'm gonna put just about 4.5 of them in. Let's start. This is gonna take a while. This is the first bottle. It's moving, but painfully slow. Had the bottles in front of a heater. It's about 55 degrees right now in Iowa. I'd say it's about 2 minutes to drain the full bottle. Just so you guys know, you're supposed to have your car jacked up. And you're supposed to run it through the gears after doing this. So I will be jacking my car back up. So that 4th bottle really went in slow. I think these last 400 milliliters is gonna just take a while. Anybody need half a bottle of liquid moly? Dual clutch gear oil 8100? No? Alright. Alright, new fluid is in. I'll post this funnel in the comments or the description. Pretty handy. The nipple fits right into the drain hole. If I can get it back out. Ah, you bitch. There we go. Yeah, so this nipple just fits right in. It did take a long time because this is not the preferred method to change out your transmission fluid, but hey, good so far. If you've watched this far, figure I'd tell you. If you haven't seen my channel before, I've got some like TDI videos. I've got cleaning out the intake, routing a vacuum line for the boost gauge, setting the timing, camera placement, things like that. I got a PD 170 turbo. I got a cam in it, and then looking at doing a hood stack. Just haven't pulled the trigger yet. Just cycling through the gears now. Running through the gears a second time, right, Belle? The The first drive with new fluid. I disconnected my battery, made a power steering light come on for some reason. I think there's a fix for that. You max it out all the way to the left. You max it out all the way to the right. You drive ahead like 30 feet, shut it off, and then turn it back on. So far, my car is shifting. It reset my trip odometer too. That's all gone. There's fourth gear. I think a lot of cars that like you see on Marketplace with 200,000 miles and transmission went out, the mechatronic unit went out. I don't think very many people change the fluid in these cars. I think they buy these cars used. They don't do the maintenance on them, and then you've got 150,000 miles on the same DSG fluid. That's my thoughts on the thing. Maybe they do go bad, but I am a firm believer if the manufacturer says to change something, change it. Change it, right, Belle? Let's go on blacktop here and see how it does. Good so far. I'm driving 1,000 miles a week. I'm a courier, so change my oil once a month. Another 8 months from now, I'll do the DSG fluid again. And I was doing some Googling before this and after this. After this, I saw that like the average fill when you're doing a service for the transmission is about 4.5 quarts to 5 quarts of transmission fluid. A dry transmission takes 7. I had 4, just under 4.5. I had 4.4, so got a little bit of old fluid left in the car. I'm all right with that. Just beware. If you're not getting your car level, you're not getting all that old fluid out. I just did with what I had, so